Building your own game always sounded like a dream to me. You write some code, you get some players, they enjoy the game, and you make money. But after launching Tiny Harvest, I learned something that nobody's talking about, and that's building your game alone is easy, but running your game alone, that stuff almost killed me. And today I want to show you what it's actually like to run your own mobile game. And there was one problem I never saw coming that almost killed the whole project. Now, when I was a child, it was always my dream to build a game. And once I got later, I wanted to become a game developer. And then even later, I saw all these indie success stories. I talked to people like Ben Awad who built VoidPad with React Native, and that absolutely inspired me to do something on my own. And eventually, on a Thursday afternoon, I just started Tiny Harvest for fun, and by now it has 200 reviews and it just made 2K in the last month. I kind of felt like I sort of did it and like this is now all going well, and essentially I just need to put in more time and build more features and then everything will be great. But the problem is that's totally not true. The coding is really like 20% of the stuff that I actually do on a week-to-week basis now. Now here's the reality, and I think there are like 3 blocks to this reality. The first is the ongoing technical grind. This slightly touches on the bit of coding that I still do. Like the first thing is that bugs just never end. Since I launched the application in like December to test flight, and now we're in like March or April, there's just a constant influx of bugs coming in, and some of them are quite critical. Like when players lose their progress, like they have played for weeks and then something with a cloud sync is wrong, that just gives you really a bad vibe about the code and you really feel responsible for that stuff. Bugs are like not just tiny bugs, but they can really massively affect your game. Then we got the whole balancing aspect. If you have a game, balancing is just awful. If I change one line somewhere, like one number, it affects downstream 10 different things. You change a price, you change an unlock level, and it affects so many things in your app. And no matter how much I test and how much I use AI, it always happens again. And besides these economy balancing decisions, there are also like the general design decisions. Some decisions I made in December or even in November when I got started, and they still affect me now. We have this concept of an overflow storage, which essentially was meant to be like, if the inventory is full, we got a little bit of overflow storage where we can store items, but I didn't expect player to completely abuse that. So some players hoard items in that overflow storage and have like 10k items in there, and I just can't rip it out because I made that permanent decision in the beginning, and now I need to find a way how I can like change this somehow slightly in the future again. And based on that, of course, players break everything. If you're building a game, if you're building a website, you already know this. Players and users of your app will just break everything and do everything in like they're not even doing it intentionally, but I mean some players do it intentionally, but overall they will just absolutely break everything and you just can't test for everything. The second dimension of this reality is that this has sort of become an invisible full-time job. Now let me explain. I already announced a couple of weeks ago that I'm pausing my podcast, and that was a decision that wasn't easy, but I had to make it based on just like what I experience here day to day with that application. As I said in the beginning, I'm running the game alone. I'm basically wearing 5 to 10 different hats. I'm like doing marketing, I'm doing app store optimization, I'm the developer, I'm the analytics guy, I'm the customer support guy. Like I'm doing all of these things alone, and that can feel quite hard, especially if you're not used to it, if you're like usually focused on developing. I mean, if you're a developer and coming to this and you got the dream of building the app, you probably never had these other hats. I kind of had them because I've been running Galaxies and other online places and this YouTube channel in the past. But if you're not used to this, and if this is not your personality, this can be really hard because you gotta get used to like having all these different things and basically doing them on any given day. So for example, when I start my week on Monday, or sometimes it's like I have to do something else on Monday and then it's Tuesday, I gotta go like, I check my Discord, I see at least 5 bugs, I take note of that bug, then there's somebody who has lost his progress and I need to also do some urgent support. I also had planned that I want to make progress on a different feature in the application, and then I also want to improve my App Store rankings. I want to check my Apple search ads. I want to contact some TikTok creators. I want to do videos like this and shorts. And you already see, like, fitting all of that into a week or sometimes even a day can be really, really hard. So essentially, you can build a full game with AI, but you just can't run it with AI. The third reality of all of this is something that's probably often overlooked, and that's the mental side of things. When you run a game alone, every problem is yours and every failure is yours as well, and there's no one else to blame, and this can be really, really hard. This starts with like the endless bug lists that I have. I have a long list of requested features, of bugs, of problems, of things that I would like to improve, and I just know, looking at that list, that nobody else besides me will work on that list. Then there's something completely different, and I would call like the monetization guild. So you know, my game has in-app purchases like every other modern game, but I get a lot of hate for doing like in-app purchases, and I know other games do ads, some are paid upfront, and everyone has a different opinion about it. And you want to be fair, I really want everyone to play the game, but I've also invested hundreds of hours into building this game, and of course I want to make money with that game later down the road. So there's always this trade-off between like guild and actually making money from the project. Something that's also quite hard on the mental side is days where just nothing happens. I make 10 downloads and sell in-app purchases for $5, and I'm like, Simon, why are you actually doubling down on this game? Like, nobody cares about it. And those days happen as well. And especially on those days, but in general, every decision is kind of personal. Everything that I do affects the game, and everything that somebody is saying to me in Discord because the game sucks, the balance sucks, or if I get a bad review, I kind of take everything personal because I'm the only developer behind this and I built this. And of course, I could probably blame AI, but in the end, it is absolutely on me. And the one problem I talked about in the beginning that I never expected was actually related to AI, because when I set out to build this application, I heavily used AI, as I still do, for all the coding. It's basically AI engineered application. It's not wipe coded anymore, but what I faced at that point was a complete rewrite of like the game engine of my application. And that took me 3 full days where nothing in this app worked. But the app was way too slow. It like stopped and it was just no fun to play it. And in the midst of like this migration, I was like, Simon, what are you doing? You have no idea about that code. You just like, you have some players and the idea is cool, but you just can't pull this off. But eventually I made it through that stage with AI. I'm happy I did it. Those were like 3 unbelievable stressful days in my life. I don't want them back. This is just something that could have been the showstopper to this whole application, and it is scary to just think about that could have been the end of Tiny Harvest. Now, after all the hard and negative stuff that I pointed out, from bugs to mental issues and showstoppers, why do I actually keep going? And you might ask yourself, is it actually worth to do it? And I can tell you, absolutely yes. Almost every other day I see a positive app review on the App Store, and those reviews are not just like, I like that game or something. The reviews I got were from like, this is the only application I play, this is the best one I tested everything, this is great. I got emails in the beginning asking me for features and things, and players wanted to get involved with that game, and that feeling is just incredible. Then next to that, of course, is the whole craft and creativity side of things. I always had this dream to build a game, and now it has become reality, and I can shape that reality. People are playing this, and I can affect the world in which it plays. And I got so many ideas from all the other games that I have played in my life that I want to kind of bring into this, take the best parts from different applications and see them in the game, because I actually play it myself and I enjoy playing it as well. I'm kind of happy I built it for myself. On top of that, I'm of course getting better with a lot of things. I learned a lot about Reddit marketing, talking to TikTok creators, making more short form videos, writing articles, marketing, App Store optimization, all of these things. It's super interesting once you get into these things. You're kind of forced to do it, but at the end, when you come out, like, you got a super great new skill set that's really valuable for all future projects as well. And finally, of course, there's just this feeling that you can't really describe, that players, thousands of players probably are playing your game. Some of them are paying for something that you develop. They buy diamonds, they buy unlocks, they buy crates and stuff, and they're playing in a world that you have developed, that you have thought up, implemented, and shipped. And that feeling is really absolutely priceless. The hardest part of building a game alone isn't the code. It's really being responsible for an entire world. And if you're thinking about building a game alone, just do it, but know what you're signing up for. Alright, if this was useful or you're on a similar journey, a like would really mean a lot to me. And if you want to follow along with Tiny Harvest and the future updates, just stay subscribed. I'll catch you in the next one.